So, if you've got really unstable insulin, there's some other reasons you can either not be accepted by that nurse. Extensive wound care. They're somewhat limited to people with diabetics usually with these things, but there are some things where you won't get accepted into assisted living. But for your case, unless you have really insulin diabetic, the mobility is the big issue you have to think about. So the other reason you can kind of get evicted, say, from assisted is the memory care issues. And, just like when I walk up Spencer's Butte, everything hurts a little bit more than it used to, right? My body's aging and it's not as elastic and all that stuff. Same thing with the brain. So we can get age-related memory loss, but it can go, then we can also go into memory loss, dementia. And so, like I said, you can be pleasantly confused in an assisted living. Somebody who has a diagnosis absolutely can live in assisted living. It just matters at what level. So if I moved in with my husband, who technically is non-existent, but let's just pretend. If I moved in with my husband and he has a little bit of memory loss, moving in with me is probably going to help him because I can kind of counterbalance some of his things. But if he moves in alone, he might not do as well. So sometimes if you are a couple and you want to be together and you're seeing what's coming down the pike, you may want to think about moving into assisted living a little sooner, because if you wait so long, because my husband now has mid-stage, and that assisted living is going to put the kibosh on him moving in. But if you bring him in a little bit sooner with me, they're going to let him progress a little bit more once he's in. So the issue is, on admission, they're going to be a little more careful, but as they progress in the community, you're going to be allowed to stay there longer. There's a couple reasons for that. One of them is that actually it helps the person with memory loss to start to put synapses, their roadmap down in. Okay, I remember how to get down to the dining room. I remember that I pressed this button. The earlier we can get somebody thinking that, the longer perhaps they can keep doing that, right? And so that would be a reason that Plan A, you may want to start to switch to Plan B sooner than you thought, because then you can be stable in a community together, which is, if you're married for a long time, separation is very traumatic for everybody. And so that would be one situation I might suggest to family to think about moving in sooner. So I mentioned that you can have a campus with independent living, assisted living, and memory care, right? Well, in a situation where maybe somebody's got memory loss and it's a little too far along to move into assisted living, but the wife, myself, let's say, really wants to be close to my husband, so maybe I move into that campus that has independent living and then memory care, and then I can walk and see my husband every day and be with him and eat lunch with him every day, right? So there are different ways to work this situation as well.